Hello you gorgeous people of the interwebs, I hope you're having a Fandabbydozy day today. Today I'm doing my Q&A. You lovely gorgeous people of the interwebs left me some really fun questions and we're going to do those today. So I've got my cup of tea, my steaming hot cup of tea. Shall we spill some? Let's not do that. Let's not spill the tea. My hair was annoying me in the pony, I wanted it down. Let's get into some questions, shall we? Now, I only did this Q&A post on the YouTubes. I didn't put it on the Instagrams as well because, frankly, I forgot. Didn't have the chance to do it, and yeah, forgot. So I am going to do another Q&A in a few weeks' time, and I'll pop that one up on the Instagrams because I know a lot of people who actually watch my channel don't have a YouTube account, so they can't leave comments. I get people quite often DMing me on Instagram questions or comments on, oh, I really enjoyed this in your last video and all of that kind of stuff, because they don't have the ability to leave a comment on the YouTubes. So I will collect your Instagram's questions at some point as well in the next few weeks. Okay, so the first questions are in from lovely Veronica Sid. She asks two questions. The first one is, how's the new job going? Is it what you expected? And are you happy with the job? It's exciting, it's been fun, the people have been absolutely fantastic, the work has been interesting, most of my customers have been pretty cool. There's been the odd difficult, really needy ones that you've got to just babysit. But I think that's the same as pretty much everywhere. The next question from Veronica, and she has got her own YouTube channel, I will link it down below. Is there a brand you are curious about but haven't bought anything from yet? You could say I'm Loewe curious. Yeah, I'm curious about Loewe. My first interaction with Loewe, other than seeing puzzle bags on the Instagrams and on the YouTubes and stuff, is when the Lion and I went to Harrods and I got to play in the handbag section. I wandered over to Loewe, had a little bit of a play, had a little bit of a chat with my lovely client advisor David, and was really quite impressed and intrigued. So yeah, Loewe. And it's a nice word to say as well. Loewe, Loewe. April asks, hi April, asks, what was your first ever job? I love a good origin story to remind us of our humble beginnings and how far we've come. Now, my first ever full-time job was, I was the office dog's body for a firm of solicitors based in Oxford. So I basically photocopied things, highlighted boundaries on property deeds. I covered reception at lunchtime when the receptionist went off to have lunch. And I was constantly running papers between the office and the courts. And it was fun, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, I got to try a little bit of everything. It was my first office job. What would 10 years from now, Gwenny, want to tell present Gwenny? Oh, so this is one of those, what would you tell yourself, knowing what you know now? Everyone's winging it, it's not just you. Let's face it, we don't know how we're going to deal with stuff until that stuff arrives on our laps. So yeah, I think I'd probably just say, chill. It's not just you. You're not alone. Everyone is winging it. Which handbag in my collection best represents my personality? So this is still April. These three questions were all April. This is an interesting one because I want to pick something like Miss Prada because she's all sparkly and effervescent, and I want to be that person, that kind of life and soul of the party where I can be, but only in a safe space. Yeah, not Miss Prada. And you can let me know in the comment section if you think this is a surprise or not. I think it's going to be my hot pink McQueen zip around tote. I think the style of it is really very classic. It's a very classic, timeless design, but then it's in hot pink, which I think is a little bit unexpected. It's a little bit of a twist on it. let me know what you think that twist is in the comment section. I am not going to presume anything, but I am a massive idiot, so I mean that could be it. Larissa Jackson says, oh no Gwenny, because this was on my delayed post, I do have a question. What is my favourite part about living in London? Now Larissa, I don't actually live in London, but I live very close to London. It's got a vibe. Like when I was younger and I went into London, I hated it. I hated the crowds. I hated that everyone was in a rush. You know, anytime the Lion and I went into London for an event or dinner or to meet friends or anything like that, I would basically let him just lead me around. Like he knew his way around London, and I was like, I don't even want to learn my way around London. I just find it all a bit overwhelming and it's a bit hectic. And then I worked there for a couple of years, about a year and a half in Soho. Very handy for Selfridges and Bond Street, very handy. Then I just kind of got more accustomed to London and I was like, oh right, it's actually really not that scary. And do you know what? I can find my way around on the tube without getting lost. So I suppose my favourite thing about living in London is that I actually don't live in London, but I live very close to London. Okay, Jan Mauro says, hi Gwenny, what is your second favourite colour? Because we all know pink is best. We do, Jan, yes we do. And would that second favourite colour apply to bags that you would buy? A similar question came up in my last Q&A and I think the answer stays the same. My second favourite colour after pink is black, because it's a great vehicle, it's a good grounding colour. I want to try and avoid buying more black handbags because I think I've got things that cover most bases, but what I don't have is a smallish black bag that can be used as an evening bag. I'm not quite counting Miss Prada because although the satin is black, she is basically crystal. So yeah, I would still like to get one more black bag, mini bag for evening-y things. Are we thinking, this is still Jan, are we thinking of travelling this year and where would we go? We were hoping to go on holiday this year. We, especially after the last couple of years, it's been pretty nuts. So we were hoping to get away and go on holiday, but we also want to move this year. And it is tricky, expensive, time consuming. I don't think we'll be going on a holiday this year. I think this year we're going to focus on sorting our house out, getting it ready for market, putting it on the market and then finding something. And the last question from Jan, so far what has been your fave vacay of all time? It has got to be the American road trip that the Lion and I did in 2019. That was a lot of fun. We flew into Vegas, we did a few nights in Vegas, we got a soft top Mustang, drove to LA, spent a couple of nights in LA, and then we went to San Diego for about a week, and then we drove back to Vegas from San Diego. Okay, next question. This is another set of three questions. They're all coming in threes today. From, I'm going to call her, she's quite sassy, is Miss Birdwell Brown. It is always a joy to receive a comment from Ms. Birdwell Brown. Number one, do you ever think your cats are plotting against you, and what made you decide that they were? I'm going to shock you here. I don't think they are. I don't think they've worked out that they can. I mean, sure, they jump on us at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I don't think that's plotting. I think that's just reacting. That's just them going, wakey, wakey, we want some food, we want to play with you. I don't think they're plotting against us, although Daisy really is a trip hazard, so maybe she's just making it look cute, but really she does want to kill us, so it's difficult to know. Number two, do you ever find yourself wondering odd things, such as why are there dedicated banana slices? Or who thought hot dogs were a good idea? Or Twinkies, really? These musings do cross my mind occasionally, and of course I can't think of anything right now, but the next time I do, I'm going to write it down and include it in a video just for you. And the third question, who is more beautiful, Harry Belafonte or Cary Grant? Now this is an easy one for me, but it's not Cary Grant. I don't like a bum chin. I don't like, it makes it, I'm looking at it, bum chin, bum chin, bum chin, bum chin. I'm like Austin Powers with the guy with the mole. Molly, 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 guacamole, Molly, 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 Molly. I'm like that with a bum chin. Harry Belafonte, yes, he is beautiful on his own merit. Cary Grant's got a bum chin, so he's out. Fuchsia Floyd, I'll link her video down below. Any bag in your collection that has surprised you, loved it more than you expected, or not as much? I've got two answers for you on this one. The first one is not going to come as any great surprise because I think it's probably emblazoned in everyone's brains because I keep on saying it. Miss Prada has been the purchase of the century. Still, every time I see her, she delights me. Every time I use her, I'm just overjoyed to use her. Yeah, she is absolutely glorious. So, no surprise there. None whatsoever. The other one might come as a little bit of a surprise, might not. Again, if you've been around for a while, you probably know that I was a bit disappointed with the Louis Vuitton Neon Noe. Loved it when I bought it, and then I've probably used it no more than 9 or 10 times. I just find it too big. I just find it too big for me. It is that size, regardless of whether you're carrying one pencil or whether you're carrying everything in there. Sarah or Sarah Morales. Hey Gwenny, happy Taco Tuesday. What is your hidden talent? Ooh. Now, I'm not sure how hidden it is because every time I do a what fits, in the comment section I get, I cannot believe you got that much stuff in there. And so one of my talents is your girl can pack, and it doesn't matter what it is. A van for moving house, I can pack it. I can just do it. I always have been able to do it, and it is something that I'm very fond of. When Cassie did her packing up her London flat and showing how she was packing her carry-on and stuff with her bags and shoes and things, I loved it. Absolutely loved it, because I love it. I really, really do. So I'm very good at packing. My Tetris game is very, very strong. Parallel parking, I can parallel park. Again, I find that really straightforward, really quite easy. It's just packing of a different style, isn't it? You're just trying to pack your car into a space on the side of the road. So yeah, it's a talent. I don't know how hidden it is. Kimberly Fairchild, she's gone for 4 questions. 4 questions. We've gone one up from the classic 3. The first question is top 3 favourite movies. I find these ones so hard because there are so many great films, so many great movies. One of my favourites, and always has been and always will be, and I watch on an annual basis, is Withnail and I, which is a sort of a cult classic. It's a British film. It just tickles me, and I quote it all the time. It just tickles me. We're big Marvel fans, and we watch a lot of the Marvel films over and over again. We're Star Wars fans, so we watch a lot of Star Wars films over and over and over again. But another favourite, something that just gets me all the time, is all of the Fast and Furious films. Every single one of them. That franchise is by far my favourite. It's got fast cars in it. I like fast cars, and that's why I started watching it. Joined for the fast cars, stayed for the chosen family, got each other's back. My third favourite film, I'm gonna go with something a little bit animated, a little bit light-hearted, a little bit fun, and probably gonna say Moana, because she rocks. She absolutely rocks. Forging her own way. Yes, go Moana, go. It's such an enjoyable film. It's such great sing-alongy sing-songs. The animation's brilliant, the story's brilliant. And it's so hard because there are so many amazing films. I could probably be here all day and you would say one and I'd be like, oh yeah, and that's just reminded me of this one. So the next question from Kimberly is, what is your favourite meal to cook? Favourite meal to cook is probably... Favourite meal to cook is probably a spag bowl, because I absolutely love cooking a spag bowl and I absolutely love eating a spag bowl. It's one of my favourite foods. Although we do like it when the barbecue's out. There's something very satisfying about just stripping things back and having it like on the barbecue. Flame grilled type thing. No, it's spag bowl. Spag bowl, yeah. Love cooking a spag bowl. Favourite meal when dining out? Roast lamb. Yummy! Yeah, Lebanese or posh roast. Question number 4, please. Question number 4 is, what would a perfect relaxing day include? You know, the one where you look back for years to come and remember it as a perfect day. I have one. I have one in mind. I was actually thinking about this and thinking all the things I like to do, go shopping and stuff like that. I enjoy it. I don't know if I'd call it relaxing because I'm quite pooped by the end of it. But there was a day, there was a glorious, glorious Sunday where the Lion and I went to a local country gastro pub. Yeah, we had a cheeky little cocktail at the bar to start, and then we went and had this exquisite 3-course roast, Sunday roast, just such good food. And then we decided we were going to have a little cheeky little cocktail after lunch as well. We managed to get the sofas by the open fire, and they had like the Sunday papers there and stuff as well. We spent the next 4 hours sitting on the sofa by the fire, flicking through the newspapers, just chatting to each other and topping up our drinks. It was the perfect day. I think we were there for about 7 hours. I've got a couple of questions here from the fabulous Dale's Addiction. The first question is, I loved your video on the LV toiletries scandal. What are your thoughts about Chanel's recent quota announcement and VIP stores? I think the quota announcement came out a little while ago, hadn't it? So we were already, you know, isn't really going to make much difference to us normal people. Because we can't buy them anyway because they're never bloody available. It's a dick move, but it doesn't really make that much difference to how things are currently, I don't think. So a VIC only store, I really don't know how that's going to play out because, let's face it, those who can just phone their client advisor, here's my card, ring it up, whatever, I'll send someone over to pick it up or you can ship it to me. Those are the real VICs. Hello Lily, how are you? I honestly don't know because I think the VICs already have their avenues. Parties? Are they going to turn into like TGI Fridays where you can hire it out for a party? Oh, and the second question from Dale's Addiction, she says, also, did you get it? Next questions are in from Yota Style, and I'll have her channel, have everyone's channel linked below. Question number 1. How would you describe your style and who has influenced your style choices? Now, I'd like to say that my style is all my own. I think we would all like to feel that way about our style. I don't know, because I think basically I'm a jeans and t-shirt, sneakers kind of girl with a biker jacket, and I think that's kind of my base style. Probably less so now in the last couple of years with lockdown and stuff because I've developed a fixation for tracksuits that I never had before, like hoodies and matching jogger bottoms. I think my style is more influenced by what I can get away with in terms of body shape. The girls are tricky to clothe. Pretty much anything with buttons and stuff like that, shirts and all of that kind of stuff, out. Anything that's going to pull. I like things to be fitted. I don't like them to be too gappy, because then I just look like I'm wearing a tent, because everything goes whoosh. My tummy is the widest point on me, so I have to be mindful of that. I've got a long body and short legs. You know, basically it's all, I'm up against it in terms of styling, so I try and go with what works for my figure and whether I actually like it or not. I just want to look like it was done on purpose. Dale's got her mantra of done but undone, and I like that as well. Something a little bit unexpected but still looks deliberate, not accidental. I don't know if that made any sense whatsoever. And you could disagree with me. You could be saying, Gwenny, we watch your channel and you ain't got no style at all. The second question from Yota is, do you consider buying luxury bags an investment? Only in my joy and happiness. And the third question from Yota is, what is your number one luxury dream bag and money is no object? If money was no object and the ability to attain such a thing was no object, I could be persuaded into a Birkin. I know, shock horror, after I've always said Hermes bags don't do it for me, but it would have to be in bright pink or acid lime yellow, or, you know, something not grey, not gold, not beiges, not blacks, not browns. It would have to be a fun colour. It would have to, yeah. If I was able just to say, swipe it, give me the bag, that would probably be it. Kaylee Carroll asks, what are your favourite bags to use during the summertime? Now, I've always subscribed to bags are for all year round. Dudes, it's for all year round. Don't restrict yourself to only using it in summer or only using it in winter. But I find this year I have been more looking at summer styling as a whole. I haven't got any kind of wicker or anything like that. I'm not sure if I ever will. I'm tempted every year, but I have a feeling that this summer my favourite bags are going to be my Coach Basquiat's Beat 18, my new Bottega Veneta mini twist. Loving that. Think that's going to be a great summer look. I've got a nice light Radley tote, but I don't think you have to go with just pale colours for summer. Probably my Louis Vuitton pochette accessoire, a mini pochette accessoire, because they are lightweight, easy to wear crossbody. I don't have to carry them in my sweaty hands when it's hot and all of that kind of stuff. So possibly those. Maria Louise loves luxuries. Hello, darling. She says, hi, darling. Hello, darling. She asks a few questions. Do you have any exciting new projects coming up? Not necessarily YouTube's related. I guess working on the house is a project, and we started on that. We had a painter come round to have a look at our hallways. Number 2, which Harry Potter house are you and the lion in? Because she knows the lion is a big Harry Potter fan. This came out while we were sipping champagne together in London. The lion is Gryffindor through and through. We've done the online quizzes. It's all legit. It's all legit. He's a Gryffindor, and I am Hufflepuff, and I'm happy about that. I'm Hufflepuff, and I'm proud. Number 3, is there a particular beauty product that you've been curious about but just haven't gotten around to being able to try yet? It's not a product, but I would like to try a treatment, one of those treatments that deals with pores, because I've got big pores on my schnoz and on my cheeks, and I'd like to have a treatment, whether it's laser treatment or something like that. I would like to try something. And question number 4, are you a royal family fan? Will you be attending the crowns or watching the Queen's Jubilee events? Thanks, Bella. Love you and miss you. Love you and miss you too, Maria. I wouldn't say I'm a royalist, but I am a big fan of the Queen. Big fan of the Queen. Her poise, grace, mischievousness, sense of humour, utter devotion to her country and her job. It is a job. It's not one I'd ever want. Oh my God. And the way she's carried herself all these years, her work ethic is phenomenal. We didn't go into London. We knew it was going to be horrific. The trains would be horrific. Getting close to Buckingham Palace was going to be horrific. And we've watched a few things. We watched a few really sweet events that were going on. Next question is in from Mary D. She says, well, how did you meet the lion? We actually met through work. We vibed. We vibed. And I think a lot of people meet through work, don't they? Because they're the people that you spend most of the time with, really. So they're the ones I guess you get to know. And Jean Moore, this is the last question you'll be pleased to hear. Because I was thinking, oh, this is going to be a quick one. It's not going to be a two-parter again. I'm going to do some serious editing to get the waffle down. She says, waffling. The last question comes in from Jean Moore. When did I realise bags were my thing? Now this, I thought was a really interesting question because I was a real tomboy when I was a child and a teenager. A bag for me was purely functional. I had like a cloth rucksack for school and I lived in that thing. And we scribbled on it in Tipp-Ex and marker pens and we wrecked it. I think it was probably late teens, probably as I got a little bit more influenced by my stepmum. She has an exquisite luxury handbag collection and I paid a bit more attention as I got a little bit older, got a bit more interested in that. So yeah, I think it was probably about my late teens. I got my first luxury handbag as my 21st birthday present, which I've talked about before. My Bally nylon monogram leather trimmed hobo bag, which is still in cracking condition. And it was kind of like my gateway. It was like, not only have I seen people with these luxury handbags that look pretty and all of that stuff, but when I got my own, had my own, and I was using it every single damn day, I used that thing. And I saw the quality of it, how well it lasted, you know, that was a turning point for me into the luxury thing. But before that, I think there was probably maybe 3 years where I was really into handbags. For me, I think I got quite fat at that point as well. For the first time, my weight has really fluctuated. I discovered, as my weight fluctuated, that handbags always fit. Shoes, no. Clothes, no. Handbags always fit. So I think I developed a fascination there. Fascination with my stepmom's collection and then having my first own luxury handbag. And it was like, yeah. So yeah. Those are my Q&As. Thank you very much everyone for your questions. Like I said, my next lot will be on the Instagrams, so watch out for that and leave me another question there. I hope you've enjoyed this video, getting to know me a little bit more through these questions. And until I see you, yes you, boop, for the next video, please stay safe, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, stay Fandabbydozy, and bye-bye.